my moment, so I want to say my name is Kaale and I'm graduating today. I don't like how you snatched the mic out of my hand, so today is going to be all about me.
Oh, drop the mic.
Here's my story time. Basically, what happened was, I was walking on and we had to announce our names and say our name before we get on the stage. So I was saying my name and she literally, my name is long. My name, obviously, I have like 3 syllables in my name. I'm not gonna say exactly my name right now, but okay, just so you get a point. So I didn't even finish getting to say my name. And then the people that went before me and everything, they all got to say their name, their major, and even extras. And me and another girl noticed that she was pulling the mic down super fast for some black people. I don't want to be that person, but that was the tea. So, I mean, I just couldn't let that happen because I just feel like I worked so hard to graduate and went through so much to graduate that I just felt like I had to reclaim my moment. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not a problematic person. I don't want to ruin no one's day. I don't want to violate anybody, but that's what she did. She didn't even let me finish speaking. She put the mic down, cut me off, and that was the only time I was able to speak. So I just feel like that wasn't right.
Basically, like I'm the furthest from the truth. Graduation went like this. I was in the graduation. I graduated with my graduation. Basically, there was 2 sections, Section A and Section B. And within those 2 sections, there was two long lines. And we were told to say our names when we approached the lady in the video to say our names within the mic. But she didn't know any of our names to know whether or not it was long, short, how many syllables, X, Y, Z. She didn't know. To hold it a certain way, how long, none of that. So basically, there was people who did say other things extra other than their name, but they weren't just one race. There was a lot of people of all races saying other things other than the race, but we wasn't told to say our major, any of that. We were just really told to say our first and last name. I also have said other things extra than my first and last name. I said I love my mama, and some girl before me who was also a chocolate girl said big up Jamaica. So I don't see where this, because we're black and all this other things that's coming into play. I also believe that she did that because it was a little white old lady. If it wasn't anybody else, I don't believe she would have done that. She would have took her L and would have walked. If that was the case, if that really happened. Also, the mic was never handed to us for it to get snatched. The lady was going back and forth to each line, because remember there was 2 lines with a person, and going back and forth, going to each person like this to say their names. So it wasn't no pause for somebody to hold a mic to say their name, to take it back or anything. So she wanted her moment, she got her moment. That's what she was looking for, a moment. But I would say that graduation was not the best graduation. It wasn't a proper graduation. We didn't go on stage. They didn't hand us our diploma. I do think that part of the graduation was stolen, but it wasn't that name stuff. I feel like she made the graduation her graduation, not everybody else's graduation. But I do think they should do next year, for the next people, do better, because that was not a proper graduation, and I don't think anybody deserved that for the hard work they put in for school. Yeah.
Gina Agulelo, Amoya Doily, Alessandra Robinson, Janelle Wellington. Big up Jamaica! Woo!
Now, we don't watch the whole thing, okay? So we don't watch the first woman who said that she was at the graduation and that this lady wasn't allowing them the space to, talk, wasn't allowing them to say their name. This lady was discriminatory against the black women in the graduation, and she was only doing it to black women. Then we have this other woman who came up and was like, hey, I was at the graduation. I actually said something extra, and there was nothing discriminatory about it. This person just came and, showed her behind and is trying to make this to be something that it never was. Let me just tell you something, okay? I did not need the second woman's video for me to come and tell you how ashamed and how embarrassed I would be if that was my child. I'm just being real with you guys. Okay? A lot of this just goes, it ties right in with the conversations that I have with you guys on a daily basis about women, how they deal with things, relationships. It just ties in. Because a lot of these women act erratic, out of their emotions, based off of whatever it is that they have going on internally. They take that and then they spill it onto whoever's around them. It could be the people at their job. It could be the people at the graduation. It could be the people at the grocery store. They are going to, let down their wrath on anybody who they feel like is not going to, challenge them in such a way that they're going to get away with it. I love how the second woman was so adamant on the fact that, if this woman would have seen somebody else of her like do the same exact thing that she just said, she can guarantee that this woman wouldn't have snatched anything. Because she would have known that maybe the lady who she would have snatched it from would have whooped upon her head. She knew that. She know. People know who they could try and who they can't try. But to me, it is very alarming when I see that a woman can stand up and say something, and then what they do is they like to pull out of their back pocket either, somebody was doing something to women so that they can garnish the support of women. Something that has to do with race so they can garnish all the people on their side. And it's like, no, you flat out wrong. Because regardless of any situation, even if it was the case that this lady was snatching the mic away from you and did not allow you the opportunity to say your name, there is different ways to handle things. A lot of you guys want to pass on handling things however you feel like. Regardless of the scenario, regardless of where you are, regardless of the fact that it could be an embarrassment to your family, to everybody else who's at the graduation, regardless if you are representing these people and you are going through such a milestone that a lot of these boss women can't wait to get. Okay? They can't wait to tell you what college they graduated from, what degree they have. Like, they can't wait to put whatever accolade or title before their name. So something that you're so prideful about and you're so, extremely happy about, something that is, going to be the thing that you talk about for years and years and years to come. For the people who have supported you through the trials, maybe your family, your grandma, your uncles or whatever, you're going to stand there in front of them and embarrass them. Because you feel like you didn't get your way in a situation. And not only did you say, did you stand there and say, hey, I didn't get a chance to say my name. Can I please have the chance to say my full name? I know my name is long. I'm sorry, it'll just take a minute. You decide to cause a whole show, snatch the mic, throw the mic down. I hope they send you the invoice for the mic. Tussling with the lady, almost break the lady's shoulder. Because you wanted to get to do what you didn't get to do. And since you didn't get to do what other people did, that's not fair. That's not this. Wah, wah, wah. I can't control my emotions, so I'm going to unleash them all on you, and y'all just have to take it. If this is how you act when you don't get your way at a place or in a situation where this is not somebody who's even intimate with you and this is how you act, I can imagine how you treat your man. If you have one, I can imagine. I can imagine what happens if your man tells you no. I can only imagine. And the thing is, you know, what really got me is that when you look in the comment sections, there was so many people like, oh, yeah, you know, you got to do what you got to do. Yeah, you know, this woman deserved it. You got to check people. You got to put them in their place. Where do we draw the line? Where do we draw the line? Because y'all are so supportive of the dysfunction, the toxicity of people checking people and putting people in their place. But where's class? Where does class fit in? Where does humility fit in? Where does self-respect fit in? I'm sure, okay, if this woman has a long name and didn't get to say her whole name, I'm sure that there were a lot of other people in that same line who had the same situation who did not deal with it in this manner. Because now this video has gone viral. And now the same degree you got, you know, you're going to be looking for a job to go get. You're going to be looking for somebody to hire you. And they're going to say, we're a little bit timid on hiring you because you don't know how to handle your emotions. We're a little bit, you know, we don't know if we're going to be able to take you on or, you know, take you in for even an internship, because if somebody tells you no, or if you don't agree with somebody, you're going to start snatching stuff. You're going to start throwing stuff on the ground. You're going to start acting a clear fool. You're going to start cussing people out. We don't want the drama. We have to have these real conversations. Because over and over again, we hear women say, oh my gosh, we're the least protected. We're the least this. We're the least that. And then you go out here and you put yourself in situations. Because you don't know how to handle things. The only way you know how to handle things is to spaz out. You don't know how to handle things with grace or class. And so you pop up and then you want somebody to come and hurry up and defend you from the situations that you put yourself in. Let me tell you the thing. You know, women do this often. Women do this often. Women will maybe even be this much right about a situation and completely just give the right away. They will be this much right about something that they're saying. They might have a point. But everybody on the outside looking in, besides the person who had the camera, everybody on the outside looking in is like, this is embarrassing. I'm getting secondhand embarrassment. This is cringeworthy. This is cringy. Again, I'm going to say, I did not need the second woman who was at the graduation. I did not need her point of view for me to feel like what the first woman did was wrong. I didn't care what the backstory was. I didn't care if the lady this. I didn't care about. I did not care. All I cared about is that this is a moment that is not just for you. A lot of people, sometimes they graduate. Maybe even the people before them did not graduate. I'm not saying this is this woman's situation. I'm just saying, for example, you go out there, you act clear fool. And then have the nerve, to be like, oh, yeah, you come back all humble. Oh, yes, well, I just want to tell you guys what happened. Where was the humility in the moment? Where was the humility in the situation? Your parents that maybe didn't graduate and were pushing you to get to the finish line, that used all their resources, pulled their resources together so that you would be able to do it and accomplish that thing that you wanted to do so bad. You get out there and you have them walking out to the car like, excuse me, sorry, excuse me, sorry, excuse me. It's shameful. And we have to talk about these things. We have to. Now, don't get me wrong. There are situations where, people can deal with certain people out of pocket. There's things that are going to touch your emotions in a certain way, especially if it's something that is, somebody from another race that's offending you or whatever. But it's not always, the person that's doing something wrong. You don't have to act in the same exact manner that person is acting. You have the right and the ability to control your actions and how you're going to react. You have it. I don't know why a lot of people, well, I did this because that person, so that person controls you. Oh, the only reason I did that is because she did this. Okay, so she's in control of you. So you don't have any self-control. So you can't control yourself. Is that what you're saying? Because if that's not what you're saying, you have to be in control of the way that you maneuver. There's going to be people who don't like you. There's going to be people who are an adversary. There's going to be people who are going to try you. Are you going to give your power away every time to that person or that thing that irritates you when things don't go your way? Because if you do, you're going to have consequences and you're going to have a real hard time. You're going to have it. Because people are going to be pulling you north, south, east, and west because you give them the reins on how you behave. We got to be honest. I don't care about the sisterhood. No, I'm not supporting it just because you a woman in this situation. No. Yep, I know I'm a black woman. I don't care. I'm not supporting you just because you said this lady is this. No, I don't care. I care about how we represent ourselves. I care about how we portray ourselves. That's what I care about. I care about the fact that you done did all this stuff to get to the finish line, to get your degree, and now you might not get a job. Because people haven't had the the opportunity to be real with you. That's what I care about. Just being honest. I would like to know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear you guys' opinions on this video. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. And I will see you guys in the next one. Love you.